Pierce Transit, the local transit agency here in Pierce County, Washington, is looking to potentially transform their service over the coming years. Their goal? To serve more people, more places, more often. Let's get into it. In order to properly understand why Pierce Transit wants to expand service now, some context is required.
A vast network of streetcar lines used to run through the streets of Tacoma and parts of broader Pierce County prior to the rise of car-centric urban design. When the cars came in, though, the streetcar tracks were torn out and the trams were replaced by buses. Eventually, in 1979, bus service in Pierce County was consolidated under one public entity that would be known as Pierce Transit. Although with some hiccups surrounding funding in the early 2000s, Pierce Transit was generally able to expand or maintain service until 2011. Unfortunately, in 2009, due to the Great Recession, expenses grew larger than revenues for the agency. And in 2011, they faced three major setbacks: an unbalanced budget, a fuel explosion, and a failed ballot measure. Finally, when a similar ballot measure also failed in 2012, Pierce Transit was forced to cut service by 35%. Although the agency was able to somewhat bounce back with the little resources that they had in the following years, a mixture of the COVID-19 pandemic and the lowest sales tax percentage among comparable local transit agencies has led to yet more financial issues for Pierce Transit. According to statements made by the agency, if current conditions continue, large cuts to service may be needed in order to balance the budget.
Although the outlook may appear grim, Pierce Transit does not plan to cut service. In fact, they want to greatly expand it. The way that they seek to do this is by increasing the sales tax within the Pierce County Public Transit Benefit Area by 0.3%, from 0.6% to 0.9%. As stated, the current 0.6% tax is the lowest among peer transit agencies. King County Metro takes 0.9%, Intercity Transit in Thurston County takes 1.2%, and Community Transit in Snohomish County also takes 1.2%. This tax increase is nothing unprecedented. It will bring Pierce Transit into line with other agencies around here, both in terms of tax percentage and service levels. This 0.3% increase will mean, in real terms, an extra 3 cents on a $10 purchase. To put this into further perspective, the current month-on-month inflation rate is 0.64%, meaning that this 0.3% sales tax increase will have the same impact as about 14 days of inflation. So, what exactly will change if this plan goes through? Well, there are 4 main categories: upgrading routes to high-capacity stream service, increasing service frequency, extending service hours, and adding new bus routes.
Before going over the details of the plan, it is important to acknowledge that what I am presenting is a draft. Changes may take place both before and after the ballot measure's potential adoption. Pierce Transit has been seeking community feedback around the time that this video is being made, and said feedback may cause modifications to the plan. I'll be sure to keep the updated information in the description of the video. As mentioned, the first major change in the proposal is the introduction of new stream routes. Stream is Pierce Transit's branding for their high-capacity transit routes. Compared to regular bus service, Stream runs more often, stops less, has more amenities at stops, and sometimes includes other features to improve service. Currently, the only Stream route that Pierce Transit operates is the Stream Community Line, which runs every 20 minutes during peak commuter hours between Commerce Street Station in downtown Tacoma and Spanaway Transit Center. With the new plan, the number of Stream routes would increase from 1 to 3, with routes 2 and 3 being converted into Stream routes and the Community Line being updated to run all day at higher frequency. All 3 Stream routes would run every 15 minutes from the start of service to the end of it. Alongside of the Community Line's changes, Route 1 would be retired, with the segment from TCC to downtown Tacoma being replaced by Route 25, a new route running every 15 minutes. Route 2 would also be extended from its current terminus at Commerce Street Station to Tacoma Dome Station to improve connections with regional light rail plans. Overall, these changes would more than double service for Route 2, extend the hours of all 3 routes, and consistently maintain service throughout the day instead of lessening frequency in the evening hours. The single largest change to the network would be more frequent service on nearly every single route. Including the Stream routes, the number of routes with a frequency of 20 minutes or better would improve from 2 routes to 7. These include the Stream Community Line, routes 2, 3, 4, 41, 54, and the new Route 25. If these changes take place, frequent bus service will stretch across Tacoma and Pierce County rather than being isolated to only 2 corridors. Along with the most frequent routes, all other routes with the exception of Route 409 and the new Route 15 would run every half hour all day on weekdays. Now, some people who are familiar with Pierce Transit may be wondering what the big change is here, due to many routes already running every 30 minutes. The difference is there being no more change from half-hour service to hourly service sometime during the afternoon, allowing for people to access reliable service throughout the whole day instead of just part of it. Along with increased frequency on weekdays, weekend frequency would also be improved. Although the amount of weekend service would still be less than weekdays, many routes would see great improvements. Another improvement is Route 400, the bus from downtown Tacoma to Puyallup, running on the weekends instead of just weekdays. Overall, these frequency improvements would lead to a system that allows many more people to be able to count on the bus as a reliable form of transportation rather than an unpredictable one. Another large change to Pierce Transit service that will occur if the ballot measure passes is extended service hours. Rather than now, where many routes stop service in the late afternoon, the proposal calls for service to run until at least 10 o'clock in the evening for nearly all routes, with the stream routes in Route 25 running until midnight. This also ties into increased frequencies, with service maintaining the same frequency all day rather than slowing down in the afternoon. Similar changes to service hours would also happen on the weekends, with many routes extending later than they do right now. Ultimately, the extended hours brought by the measure would greatly help anyone working later hours or going out at night. The final way that Pierce Transit seeks to improve bus service in this proposal is by adding, not counting Route 25, which is simply a replacement for Route 1, 4 new routes. Route 40, which covers the Port of Tacoma and parts of the east side. Route 51, a route that will go north, south, and central Tacoma, primarily via Tyler and Stevens Streets. Route 491, a weekday-only route that is meant to connect more parts of Puyallup. And finally, Route 15, which is a theoretical route that would connect Ruston to the rest of the system. It is worth mentioning that Route 15 is only a concept, and other measures may be taken to connect Ruston instead. Alongside these routes, Routes 52 and 55 will merge into Route 5, creating a one-seat ride from TCC to Parkland Transit Center. All new routes except for Route 15 would run every 30 minutes on weekdays, helping connect areas that are in need of more service. While the primary beneficiary of the additional funding would be fixed-route bus service, Pierce Transit also plans to slightly expand the boundaries of the shuttle paratransit system in line with the creation of Route 491, allowing those with disabilities in more parts of Puyallup to access the service.
Let's get back to the cost of all this. We will get significantly better bus service in Pierce County for a sales tax increase that is about equivalent to 2 weeks of inflation. Whether you think the benefits outweigh the costs is up to you, but I know that it does for me. If you live in Pierce Transit service area and want to see this proposal become a reality, there are a few things you can do. First, if you're watching this before July, you can contact your representative on the Pierce Transit board and tell them that you want to see this on the ballot. If you're watching this after the measure is approved to be on the ballot, then advocate. Tell people about the benefits that this proposal would bring, share information about the proposal, and maybe even share this video. I sure wouldn't complain. The most important action you can take, though, is to vote. If you want better bus service for yourself, your friends, your family, and your coworker, then vote yes on this ballot measure. Ballot measures such as this one typically have rather tight margins, so every vote counts.